Welcome to Slayerfest 98. I'm Jamie Jirak.
I'm Colin Smith.
I'm Ian Carlos Crawford.
And I'm Gabrielle Alexa, and we're here to talk Angel Season 4, Episode 9, Long Day's Journey.
Hello, I'm happy to be here. This is when Angel, I was talking to Jamie last night. This is where Angel gets a little, like, I forget what episode is what, because it feels, someone in our Discord
It's a one long episode.
Someone in our Discord said, well, it's like a long movie. And I do think that's kind of correct. But I like this episode. I love Gwen. I'm curious what all of you think of Gwen, because I feel like she's kind of a Faith ripoff mixed with Rogue from X-Men, but I like that. I don't know. Jamie, what do you think?
Faith and Rogue mixed together? What more could you ask for? I think I said this last time I was on, but it bums me out that she's only in 4 episodes because she feels like a bigger presence. I remember I looked it up once and I was like, only 4? And it bums me out so much that she's not in more, that we don't see her much.
She would have been a good addition to the group, yeah. I think. And someone with powers, like...
Yeah.
And she's a little sass.
Yes. Gabby?
As I'm watching, her introduction feels like, oh, they're introducing a new big character. So I was like I remember I perked up when she was originally introduced when I first watched, and same in my rewatch. And also, shows back then loved to have like a stand-in, edgy, basically sex worker, but they didn't want to say. They're like, oh, she's kind of that, but also not. She's a thief.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a profession.
I mean, she's doing pretty good for herself in her profession. So.
Colin, do you like her?
Oh, I love her. Yeah, I was on for her introductory episode.
Okay, you were, yeah.
Yeah, and it is weird that it feels like bringing her back in this episode right as we kick into, like, this is the best part of season 4 for me. But it feels like she should have been here, like, from here until Players, essentially, when she comes back again.
Angel has so many of these characters, though, where it's like, ooh, this is going to be a bit, and then it's like 2 episodes and they're done. So I wonder if it's something with, like, contracts or that. Because I also couldn't get this actor's folks passed on her coming on the podcast. So I wonder if it was like a contract thing or something like that.
Could be. And they do have a lot of big guest stars coming up, so.
They do. And I wonder if it's, we got to save money for Eliza Dushku and Allison Hannigan. So sorry, like we're pushing out everyone else. Because even the like totem dude felt very dynamic for a character that's in like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like a stupid, grumpy. I looked that actor up because I was like, oh, this is an actor who's in a lot of things. He's from Philly, and I was like, well, that makes sense.
He passed a couple years ago.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Because he's definitely one of those actors I recognize, but I couldn't name, but I knew I had seen in a lot of other things. Yeah. So the episode starts with Lauren. Gabby, I think you might have said this before on the podcast, that Lauren does a lot of like emotional labor for them and like never gets the credit. Maybe it wasn't you. Someone said that. And I kept thinking of that in this scene because Lauren's like, here's your blood. Oh, we're doing bad. And Angel's like, fuck you. And he's like, okay. Like,
Lauren needs to leave.
Real emotional this episode, so he had a lot to do. Yeah.
He had a lot to do.
Angel pulling the I work alone in front of Lauren. It's like, back off. All these people have done so much for you. You need to he's always just like on the edge. He's Mr. Grump. Stop being so grumpy.
Yes. But
when I first watched, I remember I was like, he's right, because Cordelia hurt him. And now I'm like, no, like, get over it. She's right.
Yeah.
The end of the world again.
Yeah.
So I will get there, but
we'll get there. I'm sorry.
No, I have such mixed feelings about that because I also, when we said this, everyone has said this on this podcast, David Boreanaz seems to have fun when he's able to be silly or when he's able to be like fun evil. I don't know what it is about his acting as like pissed off vampire guy. It just like repels me. But I do think here is one of the few times he has reason to be upset, but it also is the end of the world. So maybe we like keep it moving.
It's the end of the world. And Cordelia is right. They have bigger fish to fry.
Yes. And I don't know, when he acts as like angry, I'm just like, I don't like this dude. I don't know what it is. Even if he's valid in being angry, I'm like, Shut
it's
up.
because he has that vibe of like an ex-boyfriend who
Yes.
who's like
Yeah,
who
he
just thinks he
reminds
owes something.
He reminds me of Xander. The way they wrote Xander a lot is in just like he's the main like character struggle that they keep assigning him is like I'm mad about a girl.
Yeah. That is true.
And in Angel's defense, we're all mad that Cordelia fucked Connor.
Yes.
No one's happy about it.
No one
No.
likes it. Connor is the only one that
Connor's
yeah.
okay about it.
So we're reintroduced to Gwen. I kind of like that we're just like, yeah, here's Gwen again. There's a reason for her to be here. Her client gets killed by the beast. Sure, fine, whatever. Because like I don't need like when the client was killed, I was like, wait, is he one of the he is one of the whatever, the
Ratet.
Ratet? Yeah. Sure. I don't care. Fine.
But also, kudos to Gwen for being the smartest person because she was like, yeah, the world is ending. I'm off to Tahiti, though. So.
Right. I was like, oh, okay, someone here is like, stay blessed. Hope this works out. I'm going to go. And she arguably is someone who would fare okay. She has powers. She's like a badass. But like, yeah, fucking, I would also want to get out of LA if this. A thing, I don't know. I feel like sometimes this is my own podcast, but y'all know Angel better than I do. I feel like, do they explain why the sun gets blotted out in LA, but not anywhere else?
I think it's supposed to spread because Manny does say like first LA, then California, then like North America. So, but it is weird that it lasts for I don't know however many days and Sunnydale isn't affected.
Right.
I think
Like-
that if this show was its own show, it would be everywhere. But they
Yeah.
like had to be like, it's just LA.
Yeah.
But it seems
They
like it
have
would have
to do
been
that.
such a perfect thing for like how far along are we in season 7? Like, are the Uber vamps?
Yeah, I feel like there are like parts. So I did a speed watch last night, and I feel like there are some parts where I'm like, this would have been an easy crossover of like, we don't even have to just be like, something's happening. Because another thing that bothered me a little bit was all of season 7 is Willow not doing magic. She pops in here, does like a really big magic, and then goes back to Sunnydale and is like, no, guys, I can't. And it's like, but you did a big thing.
Yeah, but this is a spell she's familiar with. It's her first big spell.
True.
So.
Isn't it kind of also in Orpheus, like when she does the spell, it kind of gives her a little bit of her mojo back. She feels like
Yeah.
now she's
I
a little
think
more
so.
confident again. So I think that's part of it. But it's the OG.
Yeah. We go back to the hotel. Or no, we go
First, we
Cordy
go to Cordy and Connor.
Cordy and Connor, their scenes, I never have any notes. It's just like, this is boring. I hate this.
His angst is palpable. He's just like, you're gonna go back to Angel, aren't you?
We've been
I do appreciate at this point, though, that like Cordelia / Jasmine also seems over Connor.
She does, right? Like, she seems annoyed by him. She's
She's
like, yeah,
I
we
got
fucked.
what I needed from you. That's enough of this.
Whomst among us hasn't been there with someone the day after where it's like, all right, relax. Like, I've been saying this in a couple of these episodes, and I'm curious what you all think. Cordelia is written so poorly in like all of these episodes, and I know it's because we're doing the Jasmine whatever, but Anthony Oliveira looked it up and said that Charisma Carpenter said she didn't know what she was playing, and that makes sense, I feel like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Cordy feels so flat. Like, and I get we're doing the Jasmine thing, but like, if we're supposed to be pretending, but also when she's alone, she reacts as if she's not someone pretending.
But unfortunately, that's for the audience.
Right.
I think about this a lot when I watch these episodes because it's really what is damaging the season, right? Like I otherwise quite like this season. I like a lot of the moving parts of the season, but it is so clear. Like even just this episode, sometimes she says things and I'm like, oh, that was a very Cordelia worded line, but it still doesn't feel like her. But knowing that nobody knows in the writer's room or she doesn't know what's really coming, it's just a mess, and it puts the damper on everything else because I like everything else that's happening in this episode.
Yeah.
Everything else is really enjoyable.
That's how I felt about this season revisiting it, is like, this would be like a really really stellar season if we took out the Connor Cordelia of it all and had our regular girl Cordelia in here, like putting everyone in their place, still being able to be tough, looking great. They don't even know how to style her. I mean, I get it, she's pregnant, but like lots of shows have actors who get pregnant and they have to style the character around a pregnancy. Yeah, after Cordelia and Connor, we go back to the hotel. Gunn, Wes, and Fred are doing their research. Gunn, I forgot that like Gunn thinks it's Connor when not the beast. What is the name? The little girl says like it's the answer is among you.
One of you is among you. Or
Yeah.
the answer is among you. Yeah.
Yeah. Lauren comes in with news of another murder. Cordelia enters, and one of them even says like, "Wow, she's acting weird." I'm like, yeah, right. Maybe we should.
When Gunn said that, I was
They
like,
blame
oh.
Connor for it. They're like, Connor made her weird, which is like, maybe, but also Cordelia has such a strong personality for something like that to completely transform her seems illogical.
Yeah. She goes up to talk to Angel. Even though, again, he has right to be mad, but she's also right that it's the end of the world. The acting of it all really is what you said, Jamie, where it's like shitty ex-boyfriend. But I also don't love that, like, her and Lauren are both kind of like Lauren's like, Lauren normally is great at this, just the very end when he's like, there are other fish in the sea. I'm like, that is maybe not the thing to say when the person you were in love with fucked your son. Like,
Also, when you also know that like he really can't fall in love anyway,
right.
so you shouldn't be encouraging that. To begin with.
And Cordelia here again, it's like I feel like it's even written like they don't know what they're doing because she goes from like tender to not to like when she goes to grab his face, that would piss me off too. It's like, wait a minute, you just fucked my son that you helped raise. Don't touch me, please. But then the way he grips her, I'm like, okay, but like we're gripping a little hard. Maybe
Trying to give us like that will they, won't they drama, but we hate Connor. So instead we're just like, get over it and annoyed.
Gabby, let me ask you first. What do
Maybe
you think the writers, it's like, because sometimes I feel like with the writing, they try, I don't know, with all these Connor and Cordelia scenes, like, are they showing, is like Connor supposed to be fucking annoying and Cordelia supposed to be like, we don't know what the fuck is going on with her? Like, what do you think with the writing there?
I wondered the same question. So I looked up reviews of the episode that came out from when it first aired. And people were also annoyed when it first aired. I was too young I was just happy to be there. But like,
you need to leave the podcast right
now. But they're just, I really liked it, but everyone was also annoyed because he's written as well flat. He's like petulant. He's just like, no one wants me. And the angst of it all is so different from like, I'm also watching this season of Buffy with Michelle Trachtenberg, and she's angsty, but in a cute way. Like, it's fine.
She feels like a kid, right? Like that does feel like a kid being angsty.
She feels like a kid being angsty. And then when she finds out that she's the key and she like cuts herself and is like, am I real? Is anything real? That scene feels like, oh, she's justified in how she's justified in this situation. She's angsty, but like, I believe it. She's selling it.
Yeah.
Connor does not feel that way.
Mm-mm.
What's wild to me is they got a lot of Dawn backlash at the time. Like people didn't like Dawn, and I am a Dawn defender, just like Gabby said. I think that she is written really well. But why would you say, "Oh, people don't like Dawn. Let's do her on the other show, but way worse."
Worse,
Let's like triple down on this idea.
Everything everyone didn't like about Dawn, let's use it here and make it worse.
I'm a Dawn defender too, and if they had gone the same path, I would be down for it. But it feels like there's less of a reason because we also didn't like that he slept with Cordelia anyway. So we're like, and then he's much older, so we're like, why are you acting like Dawn?
Yes, I think that is also a problem with Connor. Is he never feels like a teenager?
Yeah.
This feels like an adult that is like the age, not that Cordelia seems to be now, but the age Cordelia is supposed to be. Like Cordelia is supposed to be like 20, 21. he does not feel younger than that, right? Because they graduated.
No.
She only graduated high school like what, 2 seasons ago at this point? 4 seasons ago.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
So that's 22.
22. So yeah, sorry, 22.
That's still pretty young.
Yeah.
Julia's supposed to be 22 years old.
Yeah, she gets aged up a lot when she
Yeah.
moves to LA.
Wow.
Gabby. Yes, correct. And I think that is also a problem, is that like she does not feel like a 22-year-old. He does not feel like a teenager. So it's kind of almost like Cordelia and Wesley in Buffy season 3. Like for me, I forget it's supposed to be like, because those look like people that are the exact same age. Like, and they clearly are the same age, but just not supposed to be.
I think it's also odd because she did date Wesley. So now we have this juxtaposition of relationships and they're so bizarrely different.
Yes. Cordelia's dating history on these shows is wild. So Cordelia and Angel does kind of seem to understand, right? Like when she's like, I had a vision, and he's like, all right, tell me about your vision. I'm like, all right, if we could like stay at this level, that would be better. They go down and tell the group, enter Gwen, our girl. I kind of like that she's like, a 10 is speaking. I'm not talking to the rest of you. I'm only talking to Angel. Like, everyone else shut the fuck up.
When Fred gets all like huffy, and then she's like, didn't I kick you in the face last time we met?
I just really like her.
The whole episode. Like she's like, oh, sorry, I like attacked you before.
Yeah, she has no time for any of them. It's great.
Yeah, she's like, sorry about that. Are you over it? Well, whatever. And she like also ribs Angel a lot, which I like.
I do like that at the end of this, Angel's like, and I'm going with Gwen, not Cordelia. It feels bizarre. I'm not saying I like the writing, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that like he's trying to make her jealous and it's working. It's like
Oh, absolutely.
That is what's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also fun when you think about it, that it's not actually Cordelia. Like Jasmine is jealous about this.
Like, doesn't she have a plan going on? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
What is it she says when they're like on that mountain range? She like makes fun of him for like, so
he's making a lot of noise, and she's like, did you miss stealth class in superhero school or something like that?
So she's
but before,
And then she immediately falls into his arms.
right, yes. Fred kind of talks about Rotet. There's a lot of like, I actually do like this episode, but there is a lot of like exposition dump moments because Fred gives it, and then they go to save whichever one. Manjet. Yeah, that's the last. No, Manjet is the guy that is.
Manny's the one that comes home with them. It's Sectet, maybe?
Sure. Oh,
Semtet. There we go.
A saber-toothed tiger.
Skinned
I
saber-toothed
watched it
tiger.
40 minutes ago and I'm like, oh.
Right, yeah.
One thing real quick, when they're like realizing that it's the pattern, because they already knew that 2 of them had died, when she comes in and is talking about her client dying, and they're like, oh, was he being made of light or a saber-toothed tiger? They have his name on the thing. Couldn't they just be like, was your client named Hachette? And she's like, oh, yes, it was.
Which of these names? Yeah.
They, like us, were afraid to pronounce it. So
Yes,
they went with
probably.
easier. I want to say that the whole like 2 is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern, that whole conversation, I don't know why, but I think about that a lot. And I try to apply that thought in like real life, like when you're reading certain news and stuff and the way people jump to conclusions a lot. I often come back to that moment in this episode because I think it's like a good lesson and something to just remember in life, that sometimes things are coincidences, but not always, you know.
So they find this Semtet dead, ripped apart. Manny pops out. I really like Manny. I think he's funny. He's like, he feels like a very Buffyverse character. Like this is like a powerful old god or whatever, but he's just like a dude in a fedora that's like, hey guys, where's the John? Like, and I know that like a lot of shows, I feel like a lot of shows took cues from these shows, but I just don't think a lot of shows did it as well as they did. And yeah, like Manny kind of reminds me of Sid the Dummy, but like slightly less sexual.
Well, he's looking for a lap dance.
He is. But as I said, slightly. Manny gives a pretty big info dump too. He talks about the beast blotting out the sun, which will be said so many times this season. I also forgot he's the one that tells them about it, right? They didn't
know why the beast was hunting down the Rotet.
And he says it'll bring out
he's the one that fills them in.
Vampires and beasties. They bring Manny with them back.
Can we talk real quick?
Oh, yes.
About how Manny wants to go spend his last hours at the Pink Pony Lounge?
Wait, I didn't even catch that.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even catch that, but now that you say it, I remember it. You're right.
I absolutely was like, oh yeah, let's go.
I love that.
Also, to Gabby's point of how Gwen's kind of like a thinly veiled sex worker character, Manny sure seems to think so.
Absolutely.
If she wasn't written that way, Manny wants her to be.
Yeah, that is true. But the thing that I'm a cis dude, so fucking tell me if I'm wrong. But the thing that I like about her writing is that she just is hot.
Mm-hmm.
She's not real. I don't think she's overly sexual. I do think she is flirty, but I think she has good chemistry with everyone. But for me, it feels like she just is really hot. They're not I don't know. And she has for me, that looks like a superhero costume. It doesn't look like, I don't know, but it is a sexy outfit, but I don't know. I think it doesn't look like, I don't know. What do y'all think?
It's an extreme. It's the outfit, but yeah, she is hot. And to your point of comparing her to comic book characters, I think that's kind of why they dress her like that, to make her feel like a comic book character. I don't mind it. I like looking at her. I'll tell you that.
But she just feels like she has a lot of her own agency in a way that
yes.
Celia right now doesn't. She's just having visions and running after people based on them. So she just, Gwen by comparison, seems so in her own embodied self.
That's a really good point. I think that's a smarter version of what I was trying to get at. Yes. She's not pressed by any of these dumb men. She's just I have a thing I need us to do. I want to get on vacation. So yeah, they go back to the hotel. The first thing he asks is where their John is and takes the newspaper, which I love.
He's just a guy.
He is just the guy. Is he the last one left?
He is at this point, yes.
Okay, at this point, yeah, he's the last one left. And what is it? Is it Gwen had access to the safe house?
That's her apartment.
Oh, it is her apartment. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Because they suggest leaving him in the hotel, and they're like, well, he knows we live here, so we need somewhere remote and secure.
Yeah, she got $33 million.
Yeah, I do appreciate when Cordelia's like, oh, it's going to be some rundown tenement with peeling wallpaper. And as we're going up, that's what it is.
And then we get inside.
We actually go inside.
And it is fucking nice. Good for you, Gwen. I also like that her hand with her electrical powers is kind of what gets her in. That's her key.
Okay, I have a question about this.
Yes.
Because she does it in that moment and open the safe, but when she does it, is it not broken? Doesn't she fry it? How does it close again? Or is it just somehow paired with her power? I don't know. It seemed to me like she's just breaking it every time and then has to get it fixed.
She's got the money for that. It's fine.
Yeah, true.
And that's why I thought it wasn't her apartment, or I forgot because I can remember the electricity, but there's still a doorknob. You're right. There are
yeah. And she does say that her butler is already gone down to Tahiti. So,
oh, you just hate when that happens when your butler's out of town, I know I hate that. So what is it? They devise a plan that, God, the access
they'll take shifts to watch him, put him in the panic room, and then they'll just take turns watching.
Someone tell me the Axis of Pythia, that's a thing. I know that's having to do with this.
That was the thing that they did the heist for when Gwen first came on the show to help track down Cordelia. So that's what she sold to afford the apartment, is what he's implying.
Right.
Colin, you were on it.
Well, I was on for that episode. So.
I recorded for it. Do I remember?
Yeah, we've recorded so many since.
Yeah, so they put him in. She has a panic room safe, which again is smart. She knows where she lives. She knows about There's a lot of weird shit going on. They're going to leave him there and keep him safe. What is their long-term plan, though? Like, that's a question I have, and Colin probably has an answer to that.
The answer in the episode is just keep him alive long enough to find a way to kill the beast. So they don't really have a long-term plan other than hope for the best.
I do feel like that was really common in the Buffyverse. They were just like, all right, so now we're going to protect this person indefinitely. And I think it's a grave overestimation of their resources, but they did it a lot.
You are right. Usually didn't
Especially
work out so
considering
well.
the beast has kicked their ass every time they've looked at him.
It really is. They look at him and he's like, boop, you guys are all done. Like, they have barely survived each encounter. He stabbed Angel in the throat in their first encounter and threw him off a building. Cordelia and Angel are paired together, which seems like a terrible pairing at this juncture. Maybe we don't put them together.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say it's because Cordelia wants to split up the superpowers and Gwen does not want to hang out with Cordelia.
Right.
But that's just an excuse. She's saying that to further her plan. And
absolutely.
from if we're watching this for the first time, we see it as she wants the opportunity to talk to Angel. But if we know the future, we know the real reason. But it makes sense, but it's a little thin.
Like, I feel like Angel could be like, okay, but I'm waiting with Gwen. Gunn, you can wait with Cordy. But I do really like the shot of them just sitting there in silence. If I didn't know where this went, I would really like this scene in general, because I don't often feel like, especially on these genre shows, Buffy and Angel broke up, but they didn't, I don't know, they were fine, and Buffy would be, understandably, she's a teen girl, like kind of sad and dramatic about it, but there was a never like, we hate each other, we're not speaking moment in their relationship. Well, where they had to still do this, where it's like, we have to like sit here together and we're not, don't talk to me, don't look at me. And I don't know.
Buffy never banged his son.
I think after the Faith thing, she was like, how could you?
Yeah, she did get really pissed about the Faith.
But I think they're on different shows. We didn't get any scenes of them like in the same room not talking. She just got mad and left and went home. And then by the time they see each other again, I think her mom has died. So she's like,
no, he immediately comes back. He like immediately after that is like he comes to Sunnydale and was like, sorry that we punched each other.
Riley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like
they make up instantly.
They are like made up. And I don't know. I like the idea. If Cordelia weren't written the way we know she will be written, if this were just like they have to work together, they're on the same team, but they like hate each other right now, I would kind of like that. Like, I kind of like the idea of these like a pairing that, I mean, they weren't really ever a couple officially, but like they were in love and like now they are not. And I just like I always like the idea of exes being stuck together and still having to like work together, because right, this is how this would work. If Cordelia weren't just evil, it would be like, well, here we are. I fucked your son. Don't talk to me. Okay, great. Let's sit here in silence. Like,
I do think that this is more, the tension's greater because they never were a couple. They never got the chance to be. So it's like Cordelia skipped right over. Like, they didn't have a chance to break up.
Yeah.
that is true.
That's worse.
I feel like a lot of what we're saying here is like, and then on Angel, it's worse. So they both pass out. Gunn and Gwen wake them up. And who is dead, Jamie?
Oh, Manny. Poor
Poor
Manny.
Manny. Really bloody.
How did she not get any blood on herself?
I feel like they cover this. Didn't she get naked?
Oh, maybe.
I think she went in there naked. I'm pretty
What?
sure.
Good for her.
I could be wrong, but I think that's how they explain it later.
That does ring a bell because I haven't watched the season in a while, and I haven't like watched ahead of where the podcast is. So, but I do remember them like going back to explain that she's the one that did it, not the Beast. So I feel like that is correct.
One thing I do like about this season, how like horror action movie it is, because it's really bloody. Like, there's blood everywhere. I mean, we don't like see him, but we see the like hat, his like popped off his like the top of his head. There's blood all over the walls. We just last episode had our zombie episode and like Wolfram and Hart Massacre. And it's like, more like actiony horror, which I'm always down for. Again, if there was like a few tweaks, I would love this season, but the things that need to be tweaked really pull it down. Like a adopted mother fucking her son, like that.
Yeah. But this episode's still really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, and especially, I love what it sets up.
I really like that. Isn't Gwen like, she's like kind of suspicious, isn't she? Like,
they make it seem like, well, especially because Cordelia keeps pointing fingers at Gwen while Gunn is saying it's definitely Connor, because they immediately realize that this couldn't have been the Beast. It had to be one of them, essentially.
I guess I never thought she was suspicious because she's the one who's like, let's check the video cameras. And there's not a lot of that, like, kind of like logic and reasoning happening in the season. So I was like, oh, thank God, video cameras. Yeah, go ahead.
Someone smart, good.
Right. So like if she had done it, why would she be the one to suggest it? So for me, I was like, she's in the clear.
Oh yeah, no, we know she's in the clear. It's just within their group, especially because then they like realize she knew that the Beast took something out of her client, and it's like she was been keeping stuff from them.
Yeah.
Why does
I
she
wish I
keep
could
that?
remember the first time I watched it, like who did I suspect? But I was like 12. So it's like it aired so long ago that I'm like, I don't recall how I viewed this the first time.
Also rude. I was like a sophomore in fucking college.
Yeah. I remember I also, I was gay, but I didn't like tell people yet. So I remember being like, wow, she's pretty. That's it.
It's funny. It's just like being a little gay boy that I was. It was the opposite, but I would be like, oh, she's really hot and cool. But I did think she was fucking cool. Like, it was like I wasn't actually attracted to the character, but I like wanted to be her and Faith. Those are like the characters I wanted to be. I mean, still kind of do, right? But I would pretend it was Jen. I just thought they were hot. I think when I watched it, I think I just thought it was Connor. Like, I think I was on Gunn's side because I remember being like, well, the Beast we can't possibly imply the Beast did this. That man couldn't fit through that doorway without hitting the top. But I think I was just like, well, it has to be Connor. Cordelia never occurred to me because I loved Cordelia. So like, even though she was written a little flat, it was kind of like, well, she's just written flat. Didn't think like she would be the villain. Although these shows, I guess these shows do love to do that. Like, oh, a character you love, they're gonna go evil right now. I mean, we get Willow season 6, and I know we all feel the same way about how we get to that. Not good, but I love the Dark Willow stuff. Like, I think she plays it really well, and when she like fights Buffy, it's fucking cool. I like it. So where do they go? God, Jamie, where do they go back to the hotel now, right?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Once they realize it's an inside job, they're back at the hotel, and then they talk to Lauren.
Right. Why didn't she tell them that something was taken out of that dude?
Her reasoning was she thought it might be worth something, and as a thief, she didn't want to let them know about it.
That didn't make sense to me because you still don't have it. So
the Beast got it.
And also, what's the difference? Like the fact that they're trying to take a specific item, they still know they want to. Like, that doesn't really change anything in terms of what they're doing. So yeah, it's kind of an odd addition.
I guess it's almost like when you have like a pet and like they get a snack and they like hide it from you when they're like, no, this is mine. And it's like, I gave you the fucking snack. Like,
I think in the long run, it's just supposed to be like, who is the inside job, and we obviously don't suspect it's her, but I think it's supposed to be trying to like make her a suspect.
Yeah.
But Lauren tells them, right, that the Beast is assembling that winged thing with the orb that does blot out the sun. And what is it? All the pieces he's pulling out of these people, right? That's what it is?
Yeah.
Wesley and Fred say that opening a portal might be a way of getting rid of the Beast. Angel decides to involve Connor.
Gunn is not happy about the portal plan.
Yeah, well, last time Gunn dealt with a portal, it kind of broke up his relationship.
Well, that portal didn't do it. Him snapping the guy's neck did that.
Yeah, true.
I just want to throw, because like Fred and Wesley are my OTP. There's no ship with greater meaning to me in my whole life than the two of them. So I love what's going on here, where it's like, oh, they are so much better for each other. But Fred and Gunn are still like, they haven't broken up yet, but it's like so clear it's coming. And I love this moment of it because even Gwen clocks it like, that British dude's scamming on your lady. And I'm like, yeah, he is. Let's go. That's what I love about this whole business is the romantic drama of those people. I don't care about the romantic drama of the other people.
Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I really wanted Gunn and Fred to work. So I'm like, oh, I can see where they're going and I'm sad about it. And you're right. Watching it over, I'm like, they're so much better suited because in this episode, they're both like bouncing off of each other. They're researching and they understand each other. They get each other. But so much of Angel like juxtaposes like Wesley's smarts with Gunn just like feeling like his masculinity is compromised somehow by Fred being smart. Yeah. So I wish there wasn't that difference, and I feel like that was my original negative reaction to it. But now I'm like, no, they're better together.
I think Gunn and Gwen would have been a great pairing because in the episode of them working together
do
coming
have excellent
up,
chemistry.
Like, yeah, and that's where I always thought it was going, but then we never see her again. I would have loved that because I still want, just because I don't want Gunn with Fred doesn't mean I don't want the man to be happy.
Right.
Give him a girl.
No, I think Gwen has great chemistry with Gunn. Like, she could have dated Gunn or Angel because she had such good chemistry with both of them. I think a lot of stuff had to do with season 5 because I know, like, one of the reasons Stephanie Romanoff was not brought back because of they, like, spent a lot on budget for the set and for, like, it does look, the show looks really good in that season 2. Mm-hmm. So they were like, and I know Charisma Carpenter had said when she came on the podcast that Angel always went over budget and they were worried they would get canceled just for that fact, that they were always going over budget, like per episode they were going over. But okay, so they go find Connor. And when they get there, what's happening, Colin?
Before they get there, I love that the Beast is so polite and knocks on Connor's door.
So goofy.
It's so cute. And then he throws him out a window and it's great.
The big hoofed horn dude is like, are you home? Yeah, he throws him out a fucking window, which I do like to see. And this is where, I feel like this scene is where Gwen really makes sense for the team, because it's like, how many of them can fight this monster or do anything? Kind of only Angel and Gwen at this point, right? And maybe Connor too, but like, Gunn, Wes, and Fred, like, I get worried for Gunn every time they, like, have him go blow for blow with the Beast, because, like, Gunn is a human, and the Beast is, like, this giant fucking monster. Gunn does handle his own, to be fair. He holds his own with the Beast. But, like, realistically, I feel like all the humans would have died.
It should be dead by now.
Dust. Yeah.
I like the momentum where they're like, maybe Connor, like, it's an inside job. We don't know who it is. And then he, like, lands on the car. Yeah. So like,
well, I guess it's not him.
Guess not. Like, and I do like these fights. I think all the Beast fights are fucking cool. Even Connor fighting him is kind of cool. Like, he does that little, like, jumps off the, like, pole, and, like, then the Beast just, like, Incredible Hulks him like Loki, where he just, like, slaps him back and forth. Like, I like seeing these shows have these, like, big fights. That's the thing that I look forward to a lot for the Buffy revival, is seeing Sarah Michelle Gellar fight with, like, a good budget.
I can't wait. Oh my God, I can't wait. Yeah.
Because Angel, I don't know, do you all, sometimes people think it's too much, which I could see, but I like it. The slow motion. What do y'all think?
I mean, we're in the early 2000s.
Well.
It's what you do. It's the post Matrix thing. Like, it's like, I like it. It's nostalgic. It reminds me of that time. It doesn't bother me at all.
That is true. It, like, we were just living in a post-Matrix era. Like,
I miss that we didn't expect the fighting to be so great back then. So I was just happy to be there. Versus now, everyone's like, the fight choreography wasn't that great. Everyone thinks they're a movie critic.
That is
You're not wrong.
I appreciate it.
And like, they lose again. This is like the third time they have lost fighting the Beast. And like, he does the little thing with the thing and like the black whatever.
I do like the image of the like black whatever coming around the sun and blacking out. That's fun. And when Connor's like, I think I might be passing out because everything's going dim.
Like, you
I just
dipshit.
want to go on record to say that the sun getting blotted out is my personal dream scenario because I hate the sun. It is my enemy, and I wish that could happen in real life. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay, so you're on the side of the beast.
Yeah,
Jamie's
I'm
like,
pro
oh wait,
beast.
oh, he's blotting out the sun. I'm good. I'll stay back.
I mean, he's also like plummeting them into a hell dimension, kind
That
of.
is also true.
I guess.
Also, to be fair, Jamie lives in LA. It is always so fucking hot. So, like, I understand. But also, I love that you live in LA and you're like, the sun.
Yeah, I really hate the sun.
That's like a joke in Buffy when Giles is like, oh, it's the same here every day. And she's like, oh, it's so terrible. It's sunny. But I do understand because whenever I go to LA, I'm just constantly, if I go to LA in the summer, I'm just constantly sweating everywhere I go.
The first time I ever got a sunburn was California. I was like, what is
What's happening? I grew up in Florida, and with this pastiness, it was a rough childhood.
Did you have to like get it to a science putting on suntan lotion, Jamie?
Yeah, the science is don't go outside in the daytime. That's the science.
Fair. I guess your like former job really helped with that because you didn't like, you could sleep in and then you worked late. So like, yeah.
Exactly.
Jamie was nice enough to house me last time I was in LA, and her man are the best hosts I have ever had.
Come to LA, stay at our place. Sadly, Ian can't anymore because we have cats now.
I'm so allergic.
I'm so
That's so unfortunate.
I know, it's so sad.
I once went to a housewarming party in Brooklyn where they had 2 kittens and they were so cute and they sat at my feet. And I was like, okay, well, I have to pet them. It'll be fine. It was not fine the moment I started petting them. My face blew up and I was like, I need to leave the party.
Oh no.
But they were so cute, you know? They were like little kittens just laying at me. And I was like, oh, I'll pet them a little bit. And well, didn't work out well. So Cordelia then realizes what her vision was, right? She realizes the vision she had was
It's actually a memory.
it was a memory of the beast talking to Angelus. I did not even remember that connection, honestly.
Can we also talk about real quick the portal plan? They push him through the portal, and then they turn around and he's like, "Okay, so I'm going to take this now." Like he's back immediately.
That's a good point. They do the portal plan. Fred and Wes have their like books and they're doing them, and it does absolutely nothing. And I know, right, this is a problem with a lot of like genre shows like this. This is a moment where I almost wish we could have gotten a beat of Angel being like, I would call Buffy and Willow, but they're dealing with like even just like a line that says like why they can't.
Right.
Because it does feel like the Angel team is ill-equipped to handle what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, the Buffy team is even more equipped than they've ever been.
Right? They are
like
the most
they have
equipped.
spare Slayers to send.
Yeah.
I always just think of it as like I'm okay with just the idea that like Angel just doesn't want to bother Buffy. Like doesn't matter how bad things get, he's just not trying to get in her space. That's how I
He's
justify it.
got enough girl troubles at the moment. He doesn't need more.
But when her mom died, he just showed up to cuddle her really quick. So I don't really get how he makes decisions around when to bother her or not. He's like, if you emotionally need me, I will come back and like bring our romantic past back up and like make this even harder. But
if
like
the world's
I will
ending.
not ask for help.
And I mean, Jamie is right. I do think that almost fits with Angel of him being like, oh, well, this is an emotional beat, so I gotta be there for her. But then everything else, it's like, man, I don't want to bother her. We'll figure it out. And I know, like, you know, we're all Marvel nerds here too. Like, we kind of have to like suspend our disbelief in that shit too, where it's like, okay, they can't call every hero every time.
Every hero lives within a 4-block radius, but can't.
They really do.
The busy. That's worse. It's worse in Marvel because we have the comic book references of knowing what's really supposed to happen. But it's like we can't get all these actors in the budget.
I feel like I feel a lot of these things I like just think of, well, it was the budget. Like I feel like I think that a lot where I'm like, oh, they didn't have the budget, so that's why we do this. Like Colin, I feel like we talked about I love the magicians, but when we're talking about that show, there's a lot of things where they'll be like, oh yeah, there was a dragon, or oh yeah, there
Yeah,
was a big
it happened
battle.
off screen.
And it happens off screen. It's like very clear. It's a sci-fi show. They did not have a great budget. They're working with what they got. That's fine. So yeah, so Cordelia has the full vision, realizes what it is. They all stand around and watch that the sun is officially gone. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck else. I don't know. Is that it? I feel like that's kind of it.
They all have different reactions to the Angelus reveal because Connor's mad that Angel didn't tell them he knew the beast, and like
But Angel
Wes is
doesn't
like, well,
remember, right?
no, because Angel doesn't, Angelus does, and that's the plot point for the next episode of why they need Angelus.
But like, I love anytime they just say, I guess Angelus is coming. Basically, I'm like, same with like if they're like, oh, I think we need to talk to Drusilla. Like it's like one of those in the Buffyverse that just re-energizes the season. So it's a really exposition heavy episode. They're clearly like setting up the final episodes, but as soon as they say Angelus, oh, I'm there.
That's how I feel. I love him so much. David clearly has way more fun playing Angelus.
So much more
he's having
fun.
the best time. And I also think it's really brilliant that on Angel, they waited 4 seasons to bring him back.
Yes.
Like there's like glimpses and there's flashbacks and all these things, but it was such a pivotal moment during his arc on Buffy that I'm glad that they kind of saved it. Especially for like arguably their weakest season, because it does reinvigorate things. And it's just, I love how they do it, which we'll talk about in the next episode. I'm so glad I'm on the next episode because I can't wait to talk about it. But I remember how exciting it was just to be like, oh, we're getting Angelus, and on purpose. It's not it's not happening on accident. Nobody fucked him into Angelus. Like it's they're planning it, and that's exciting. And then that leads to Faith, and it's so exciting.
Love I give me any reason to bring back Faith. Do y'all remember I remember the promos. It was like Eliza Dushku is coming back, and it'd be like that shot of her holding the like bow and arrow or the thing and like looking around in the warehouse, and I was like so excited to see her back because I remember there was rumors like for a year that she was coming back to Buffy and Angel, and I remember even at the time being like, it's not happening. She hasn't been back in such a long time. Like that actor's doing other things. It's not gonna happen. And then it fucking happened, and it's fucking cool. Like I like, again, Buffy getting a big budget fight. Faith gets like very cool fucking fights in her episodes. I mean, our girl gets her ass kicked a little bit, but she bounces back. We're good. Yeah, I love that. I actually think the Beast is almost killed pretty like anticlimactically because he's such a big like threat. I almost wish he had stuck around a little bit longer. Anthony Oliveira said this last episode, and I was talking to him about it because like everything feels very like biblical, and then Jasmine is not. And then Jasmine's here, and it's like we're ditching the like all the like biblical apocalypse shit because Jasmine's here, and she's an LA woo woo lady. Like I don't know.
I don't go to LA a lot, so I'm just like, that makes sense. That tracks LA.
100%. I can tell you, living in LA is exactly like watching Angel. There's no difference.
Sometimes you have your demon friend from New Jersey come stay with you, you know. Yeah, I do think that is a good ending, though. It's like not only did they fucking lose, but they're like, now we got to bring back Angelus. Shit.
I miss television like this because, and I probably say this every time we all get together, but everything is an 8-episode miniseries, and you don't get these arcs where you could be like, someone's coming back, and you're like, oh no, I can't wait till next week.
Yeah.
That feeling, and I felt it again as in this rewatch. Oh, I missed that feeling.
That's why we do these shows. That's why I have an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast, because like network TV is dead.
Yeah.
And we need to keep it alive with these rewatch podcasts because we don't have anything else.
But
yeah.
That's a good point, Gabby, because we talk a lot. I feel like a lot of us will say like, oh, we didn't get a lot of good character development. But you're right. Even another thing we don't get anymore is like we can't get like side character development, but we also can't get that where it's like, ooh, this person we haven't seen is coming back for a little arc and it's like wild and I can't wait to see where this goes because there's not enough time to go other places.
Yeah.
And it's probably a character you just haven't seen in like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, even if it's been whether it's 2 episodes or 7, it gives you this like feeling that we just don't get in general. For Halloween, my girlfriend finally jumped back into our Buffy rewatch, and we got up to an episode that was like, "Oh, Drusilla's coming back next week," and my girlfriend finally was like, "Oh my God, Drusilla," because now she's been through the Drusilla episodes, she knows like enough, and this is her first like, "Oh, she's coming back." And exactly, because we don't get that feeling a lot, and it was like such a pleasure to see somebody else experiencing it and just like knowing it's coming and then seeing her experience that.
I know, like, and we do talk about this a lot. Like, it is weird that Buffy, like, the certain vampires that do survive, but I'm so glad that they do because, right, it is fun. Like, if anything, they underused Drusilla. Like, we could have, because we only see her in flashbacks for the last few seasons or as the first. Give me more of her. Like,
Yeah.
she is so good. And like, I'm glad Harmony survives to the final season of Angel because like she's such a fucking delight.
It's the episode, it's a flashback episode with Spike, Drusilla, Angelus, and it's where like Spike is like a loser, like he's like telling someone he loves them.
Oh, Fool for Love, yeah.
Fool for Love.
And they're like, "You're beneath me." And the whole for the whole episode to come down to just "you're beneath me," crazy. But you're so dedicated to the fact that it's a flashback episode because you're like, great, we finally get backstory on Spike. Drusilla's back. You don't get that with the 8-episode miniseries. Oh,
You know what I also like about that? I kind of like that Spike. She likes pathetic Spike. She's like into it. She's into like silly grandstanding punk Spike, but she's also into like pathetic little poet human crying Spike. Like she likes that. She's like, oh, that's the guy I want to turn. I like the idea of this like crazy vampire who's attracted to someone like that. Like there's something that like tickles me about that. And you're right, we wouldn't get that kind of character work. We just can't. There's not enough time in like a 10 or 8 episode season. We got Stranger Things coming up. I think of that a lot. And I'm not a like big hater, but like the characters don't get a lot of like, I don't know. It's always a group, right? We're going from like, we got 8 plots at the same time and we have to give them all even storylines and story time. I don't know. Sometimes I love a bottle episode that's like from the point of view of like a storyteller. We can't get episodes like that in 8 episode seasons. Andrew telling goofy stories and retelling Buffy history. I love it.
And I want to point out, like talking about Stranger Things, in season 2, they gave it a bonus episode and did that with 11 and gave 11 a side quest. And it wasn't like they squeezed it in. It was 9 episodes instead of 8, and people hated it. They were like, "How dare you take up my time?" And it's like, no, this is TV. It's not even like they took an episode. They gave you a bonus episode. It makes me insane that people don't like that kind of thing because that's not television. You just want to watch a movie.
It really.
Yeah.
Not to be like kids these days, but like from teaching, I have learned kids just don't watch TV. Like, I'll be like, name blah, and they're like, I don't know, I watch TikTok. That is like almost always their answer. Like I forget what was my question. I do a question of the day for attendance, right? My question of the day last week for the last class was favorite holiday episode of TV or movie, and it could be any holiday. It didn't have to be Christmas or Halloween. It could be whatever holiday. So many of them were like, I don't know. I don't really watch anything. Like, couldn't think of like
favorite holiday TikTok.
God, so sad.
I showed a commercial with Hugh Jackman in it. None of them knew who he was in one class. Like, no one knew who that was. And I was like, he's Wolverine. And they're like, I don't watch Marvel movies. I'm like, but he's been Wolverine for like 20 years. And like is just famous, right? Like
isn't that the generation that loves Greatest Showman? Aren't they like obsessed with that movie? I don't know. So sad.
Yeah. They definitely one girl who was like, this made me feel old, but she is so cute. There's one girl who was like very into retro things, told me she was going through Buffy. Like she would only thrifted her clothes and like she would tell me about it. She told me she had an Instagram for vintage clothing, and it was like clothes that we all wore when we were younger. So it made me feel old, but it was very cute. And she was going through like Charmed and Buffy, and she like really liked them. That is the only time I've had a student who even knew what the fuck Buffy the Vampire Slayer was.
Charmed is so good. She's right. She's getting an A or whatever.
You're damn right. All right. Well, the only trivia I have for this episode is last season in Offspring, the prophecies foretold that Connor's creation would lead mankind into darkness, and here it does literally that. Favorite outfit. Yes, favorite outfit. Jamie?
This is the first time I remembered to look. And all the times I've been on this podcast, I always forget and then I panic. And the thing about Angel is it's not like Buffy. It's not like everyone's rocking some like crazy of the style. So it's got to be Lauren's LeMay. Like, I love that suit. I like that it's like the clashing with the yellowish to the purplish.
It works, right?
I would wear the shit out of that suit. And I'm like, what other answer is there? Please enlighten me.
Colin?
I'm giving it to Gwen's outfit again this episode.
Fair. She looks hot. Gabby?
I was gonna say Gwen. We already talked about it. She looks hot and also very like you could tell she dressed herself rather than that Joss Whedon dressed her. That's kind of nice. Even though maybe Joss Whedon did dress her. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. It really is like the difference between like slutty superhero outfit where it's like this feels like sexy but not too, I don't know, it really does. It feels like you said, like she has her own agency. I'm gonna give it to Manny just because I like that he's a dude in a fedora and Hawaiian shirt that's like a god, like dressed like a dork. Like I don't know, there's something charming about that to me. Also, Jamie, you pointed out, and I forgot to point, I love that Gwen, when she's describing the beast, Lauren stands up and she's like, well, he wasn't in LeMay. And he's like, oh, well, it's too camp if some demons do it.
The evil ones can't pull it off.
Yeah. Favorite scene, Gabby?
I like that Manny is like asked for Skinamax. I thought that was fun. I didn't have the channel when I was at the age where I was watching this originally, but now I know what Cinemax was, and now I'm like, oh, cool.
Jamie?
It's definitely just it being inside Gwen's house. I remember when I realized what episode this was, I was like, oh, that's the first thing I thought of. Like, oh, we're going to get this lavish and just these characters in this new space. And I always appreciate that in any show because, budgetary stuff, whenever they're in like a cool new location, it's a bit exciting.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good point. Colin?
I was also going with in Gwen's apartment, particularly the two watches, like Gwen and Gunn together, and then Cordy and Angel together.
I think for me, it was the final fight. I don't know. I just really liked the fight. I liked the action of it. I liked seeing Gwen get to be in the mix with her powers. Yeah, I'm always in for a big superhero-y action scene, and this felt pretty superhero-ish. What grade do we give this episode, Colin?
I'm giving it a B+.
All right. Jamie?
Hey.
Gabby?
I also give it a B+. At first, I would have said B, but I think that's us me being harsh on the episode because it was so much exposition. I feel like now everyone thinks exposition is like a bad word. They're like, it was so much.
That is true.
It was an exposition-filled episode, but that feeling at the end when they say Angelus is coming next episode, unmatched. So B+.
That's fair. I give it a B. Only because I gave Habeas Corpus a B+. And this isn't for me up there with that one, but it's still good. Yeah, like I like both of them. I don't know. I like when we get to see this sounds weird, but like I think of Buffy and Becoming. Like I like when we get to see our heroes lose. Like I don't know, and like we know shit's serious if our heroes are losing. And like you said, Gabby, we're ending on we're bringing back turning our main hero into the big villain. Like that's like fucking cool. I don't know. I like it. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for listening. If you like Slayerfest 98, you can find us at SlayerFestX98 on all social media platforms. If you want to listen to us, you can find us on all podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere else. And you can watch our video recordings on YouTube because all of our episodes are video recordings. You can support us on Patreon where we're going through every episode of Buffy as it turns 25. and X-Men the Animated Series and Batman the Animated Series. And any and all support is much appreciated. If you want to follow me, I'm at ENX Carlos. Gabby, where can everyone find you?
I'm everywhere as at Gabalexa.
And,
you can also find me on Gabalexa.com.
And Jamie, where can everyone find you and your podcast?
Oh, at Jamie Jirak on Instagram. A quick thing to plug is I have a partnership with TeePublic, and if you like cool T-shirts, go on my the link in my bio and buy a T-shirt for the holidays and all that business. But my podcast is Loving the Time of Hydra, and by the time this episode comes out, we'll have had David Solomon on the show, who was a huge part of Buffy. So I'll definitely be sneaking in some Buffy questions. So keep an eye out for that.
I really feel like us Buffy girls, like, it's one of the few shows where, like, you recognize those names, even if it's not a face you saw. Like, the moment you say David Solomon, I'm like, I know that name. I feel like Buffy's one of the few shows where, like, the writers and producers are names you, like, know. Colin, where can everyone find you?
I am at csmith03 at various socials.
All right. Well, we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.